Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tuesday training. Today, we're going to discuss reorder levels and reorder quantity. We're going to discuss our new price list, and then we're going to go through books, CRM or sales and people, and definitely we're going to go through the mobile app. So let's get started. All right, so let's go. Can you see my screen? Yep. So let's go into here and let's go to books. Inside here under products, we have something brand new for you. And let's go and edit a product. You can see here we have reorder level, reorder quantity, and incoming, outgoing products. So I can see here all the different products here. And I can see the ones that are in red. Red means that we don't have enough stock. So for example, my reorder level is 20, but my available stock is 19. But what is reorder level, reorder quantity? Reorder level is the level that you are going to set that says that I have this much of a lead time, I have this much quantity, and I need to reorder now, or I will not have enough stock in order to fill my orders for my customers. So a lot of people have different levels, different safety stock levels in this. So you set the level. So for example, 20 pieces of, let's say, mouses. I need the lead time maybe 2 or 3 days, and I need to be able to top up before then. So then I'll have a reorder quantity. My reorder quantity is how much I'm going to top up. For example, maybe I want to top up 20 every time. Maybe I want to top up 40 every time. It all depends on your business, the lead time, and how much stock is going to be depleted based upon that lead time. So you have to prepare and make sure that stands correct. All right, so inside here, let's go add a, do we want to add a new product, or do we just want to edit the product? Let's edit a product. Let's edit copper, for example. So inside here, of course, we have our type. For reorder levels, of course, it'll be tracked and non-tracked products. Because for reorder levels, it'll be only tracked products. The reason for this is you have to have quantity. There's no point in having a reorder level if it's a service. Like service is hours based upon how many times. It's not you reorder and purchase it and put it on your shelves. So it'll be based upon tracked products. You can put in your description here, your barcode. Of course, update the accounting information. So let me put 10 here, and let me put 20 here, just as an example. Oh, per ounce. Okay, then I have to look at the actual quantity. You can enable multi-UM schema. We discussed this earlier. This gives you a breakdown. So for example, ounces, pounds, metric tons, or sorry, just normal tons, US tons in this case. And then you put here, you put in your opening quantity, 20. Opening valuation is the total value of it. And inside here is your reorder level. So I'm going to say, for example, 20, and I'm going to say 40, for example. After that, I can look at the information. If I'm creating this the first time, I can add in a variant, and I can save changes. By the way, if you want more details on inventory, please check out our Inventory Masterclass YouTube video. It's really, really good with Saurabh. I would definitely check it out. So inside here, we can see our copper available. Oh, wow, we have 173 already. Okay, and 20. That's quite a lot. So inside here, for example, actually, let me use soft drinks. We have 50, reorder levels 20. I don't have to sell huge amounts. Or I can still use copper, 147, but 20s. Okay, we'll use copper. New invoice. Add in my contact, Mike's computers, for example, and let me add in the line item. Copper. And let me see, do I want this to be tons? Maybe tons would be good. Maybe 1 ton. Available quantity. No, we don't have enough for a ton. Maybe pounds then. And you can see I can hover over and see the available quantity here based upon the unit of measurement. So for example, if I want to do 10.8, for example, or maybe 10.5, I can see the value. Everything looks good. Attach a file, save and close. The key thing here is I want to fulfill and go below our safety stock levels. So I'm going to click here, fulfill, direct fulfillment. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Where is Mike's computer? Sorry. Click here again. fulfill, direct fulfillment. There's my copper. Fulfill it. Now it's fulfilled. Now let me go back to product and see if I depleted it enough or not. Yep, so you can see now my copper is only available 5 ounces. My reorder level is 20. My reorder quantity is 40. And you can see here, and it's nice and red. I can also filter out here. So if I want to filter, I can see filter out pending reorder. So I don't have to look at all my line items. So you can think of it, if you have hundreds of products and you need to filter it out to see which ones you need to reorder, you can do that. I can click on 3 dots and you'll see create PO here. I just click on this. I can see that my copper's here, 40 ounces, unit price is here, and then I can just add in a contact. For example, maybe Mark Johnson. And then if everything looks good, I can go off and save and close. Then I can go and I see Mark Johnson. I can click on the 3 dots and I can receive goods, or if I want to, I can click on bill. Oops, sorry, bill, and convert and auto receive. For example, if I don't want to have to fulfill it every time, I'm just saying, okay, once it's there, it's received automatically and turns into a bill. All right, so let's go back to our products. And now you can see here our copper has 45, reorder level is 20, 40, and you can see it's no longer red. So this way I can easily keep track of my stock going below our reorder levels and make sure that I always top up. That way I don't end up without enough stock. Next, let's go to price list. So inside here you can create your different price lists. For example, June price list, July. Let me type in August price list. I can set the effective date. So this price list will allow you to set what the price should be based upon this time period. So prices may change based upon different time frames. So for example, your price may vary every month and change, and you may need to update the price list accordingly. And you don't want people to go in and manually change it. You just want it to pick up and automatically show. So for example, let me select a computer. A desktop computer. Let's say this one is 2500. Wow, that's a very expensive desktop computer. Add in a monitor. Let's say this is 750, for example. So I've added these items and I can save it. Now if I go to sell, I go to create new and I add a new invoice. I select my contact. For example, let's go to Jack's monitors again. Add a line item, select a monitor. You can see my unit price is this, but let's change the invoice date. So let's go here to June. You can see it's now 1,000. Let me change this to July. Now it's 500. Now let me change this to August. You can see the price updates automatically based upon the price list. So that way, based upon dates and the date range, the price will automatically update. But of course, if you want to, you can also see the price history here, and I can manually change it. If everything looks good, then of course I can go save and close. So that gives an example on price list and gives you an example on reorder levels and reorder quantity. Do we have any questions at this point, or is everything good? All good. Excellent. So let's do a quick overview of books. So let's go to Singapore. Any specific countries? Anyone interested? Singapore's okay? So inside here, based upon your different countries, we have, of course, our settings. Organization profile. And inside here, if I edit it, this is where I can see my organization details, my date format. So if you're In Singapore, it's day, day, month, month, year, year. If you're in the US, it's month, month, day, day, year, year. It depends on which country you're in. You can set it up. Financials, financial start date, book beginning date, reporting currency. Now, if you set up your financial start date and your book beginning date and you want to change it, you would have to go to all business settings and you would have to reset your company. If you already have a lot of information in there, please contact Deskera, care@deskera.com and ask for their help, because this you cannot change in here. It's locked. This is where you can enable multi-currency, decimal places, depending on which country and what type of products you sell. Like if you sell in gold, for example, or diamonds, then you have even more. Then you have more decimal places, 2, 3, or 4. So based upon the type of product you have 4. Also, even steel, for extent, has multiple decimal places. So you can select that. You can select the number range. And for example, I believe this is lax, if I remember correctly. So based upon which country you're in, you have your different exchange rate. Different number formats. Compliance. Okay, this changes based upon country to country. In Singapore, you have UEN, GST. In US, you'll select which states that have taxes on. It all depends on which country you're in. And of course, we have our address. I can see my address here, and I can always add more addresses based upon my requirements. Now, I'm not going to go through everything here because there's a lot of stuff. But I just want to mention here, under currency, this is where you can add your currency. And just click the eye icon to activate or select which ones you want. And you can activate, deactivate. But the one thing I want to mention here is auto update FX rate. So inside here, I can auto update. If I look at my good old United States dollars here, I can see the exchange rate, the effective date, and the timestamp, and I can see the time dates here as well. By the way, for auto FX, you can do it daily, weekly, or monthly. Your choice. Now, unless you're in the US, this is where you can see all your different tax types. So if, for example, in Singapore, we have, of course, our different GSTs. If you're in different other countries, you'll see your other tax types there. But if you're in the US, for example, this will be blank because it's based upon your actual location of where you live. Tax changes. Of course, your payment terms, unit of measurement, and your unit of measurement schema, which we were talking about earlier. So inside here's where you can add your UM schema. I can put in the name and default UM. So for example, let me just do units. And inside here, I can select units to pieces. I can say 1 unit equals 10 pieces, for example. And I can just keep adding different conversion rates here based upon my requirements. Like a box. 10 units equal a box, just to give you an example, and I can continue to update and save. 25 units equal a kg, and I can just save it here. And my UO schema has been added. Custom fields. Okay, so this is where our custom fields are. So this is meant for slicing and dicing your different types of reports, your profit and loss, your balance sheet. Because, for example, if I want to see if a project is profitable, if I want to see if an outlet is profitable, I can create a dimension here. For example, let me call this project. And I can select a text box, a number, or a multi-select dropdown. I always recommend a multi-select dropdown. That way, the text information doesn't change. You can think of it like General Motors, GM, and other naming conventions that can cause the filter not to pick up all the fields. So that's why I like a dropdown for this. Then you put in the project. Gardens by the beach. What's it called? For example, good thing we have spell check too, just to give you an idea. And then I can go to availability. Then I can decide, okay, I want this my quotation, invoice, purchase order, maybe my credit note, debit note, expense and deposit, and maybe my journal entries. If I have a specific contact that's only for a specific project, then I can just click here. But if not, then I don't need to. I can create. And then it's been added. Now inside here, we have our document templates. our audit log, import log, bulk import, our email. So inside here, a lot of people have asked us that they'd like to send the email from their email account. They don't like to send it from ours. They want the customer to see their email address. So inside here is where you can do it. You can put in your name of your sender email, username, password, host name, and port number, and then you can test connection. After it's verified, you can save the configuration, then you can start sending your emails out. Then it's sent by you. We, of course, have sequence number settings, so you can set that up here. So you can have different number ranges for quote, invoice, order, and bill. And you can do your own custom number ranges as well. And here's your advanced inventory settings. FIFO for advanced tracking. Apply specific identification costs for serial track products. Apply FIFO costing within each batch for batch tracking products. So what the heck does that mean? So very simply, serial products will apply FIFO costing. So serial products, when you buy a product from a serial number, that when you sell that product, it should take in that serial number's cost, right? Because you bought it for that price and you're able to track it. And for batches, you may have a batch, you may buy multiple batches. You may buy the same batch, but at different prices. So how do you know what the cost should be specifically for that batch? This way you can enable FIFO method, first in, first out for that batch. I acknowledge. So changing cost method for batch and serial number, they tell you all about this. You're about to change the costing method for advanced batch tracking. Current FIFO costing is applied for track products of all kind, including advanced tracking products. Once this feature is enabled, specific identification costs will be applied for serial track products, which I was saying. You sell that product, I buy a laptop at $10, I sell it for $20, but the cost should be $10 for that laptop. It should not take FIFO, LIFO, or moving average. It should take what the cost is. And FIFO costs for each batch, which will be applied for batch track products. So like I was saying earlier, I may buy a specific batch. Think of it like a batch of medicine, for example, or maybe a batch of food products, canned soup. I buy it first, $5 a can, then I buy the same batch again from another vendor, $10 a can. I can't go to them, hey, I bought this for $5. You can't charge me more than that. No, they can charge you what you want. It's up to you if you want to buy it. And very simply, it'll take the FIFO method, first in, first out within that batch. These changes only apply to future transactions. Any discrepancies might arise should be adjusted manually. Please take note that these changes cannot be undone. I acknowledge that I want to change my costing method, and I can press confirm. And it's done. I've set up advanced tracking. So hopefully that's clear. I didn't confuse any of you on that wonderful new feature we have here. All right, so we have that. We, of course, have our contacts you can create inside here. And then you can input the information, set up the accounting, put in the address. Now, this information may change based upon which country you're in. The country will be affected every time. Next, let's go to products. Inside here, I can create a new product. And just to specify, we have 3 different types. We have non-tracked, which is service products. Electrician, plumber, aircon repair. Auditing, certified public accountant does auditing. So you can select that. Track products, laptop, computer, mouse, camera that's staring right at me, microphones, lights. And if I click here just to mention, this is where you can enable advanced tracking. We were talking about batch tracking and serial number. So this is where I can select which one I want. And finally, we have bill of materials. So what is a bill of material? Bill of material is an assembly product. So I can think of it like a desktop. You put in your RAM, motherboard, hard drive, CPU, good old fan, assemble it on up. And then I have like additional charges like assembly costs, service costs. You can also think of it like a recipe, like chicken soup, your noodles, your good old chicken broth, your chicken, your vegetables. You all assemble it, make the soup, and have the food. And you also think of it like packages. For example, maybe I have a special package where 3-night stay, hotel, what's it called? Airplane ticket, helicopter ride. I'm packaging this into a bundle. So I'm putting these 3 items, assembling it, and then selling it on off. All right. Now I just want to quickly go to sell. Let's create a new invoice. Let's add a simple contact here. I'll pass. And I'm just selecting my Green Apples Private Limited. Do I want green apples? Yeah, why not? Then I can click here. I can also autofill products from previous invoice. I can click yes here if I want to. And let me add in green apple small Fiji, hover on over. I can see I have 1,000. So let me go here and add in maybe, really I have 1,000 kgs? Wow. Okay, also I can add in any custom fields here by clicking the plus sign and creating my own. I can go up here, custom field settings. I can see my custom fields here, save it. Add in my project. Make sure everything looks good, do attachments, and I can save. I also can set up payment methods. So for example, do I want to connect with Stripe? Sorry, the wonderful hover box. Stripe or PayPal. That way you'll send out an email to the customer to make payment. I can also manage, change the invoice running number here. And of course I can click more, set up multi-currency, and I can set up recurring here as well. All right. So inside here, I can click the 3 dots. I can go to fulfillment. I can email. So let me click on email. And inside here, I can put the sender name, put in the to address. I can put in the reply to. I can change the subject. I can see my good old email template here. I can go and select my template as well if I have multiple ones. And I can select my document designer template and create multiple ones. And I can see here, I can change this, add in placeholders, company name, username, invoice amount, currency symbol, and then I can send it on off. I also can apply this to future emails. Now, if I don't like my template, I can also click I can drill in, click on more, and click on design. And then all of a sudden, you'll see all our different templates here. I can add in, choose a file for a logo. Since I'm selling apples, then let's put an apple here. I can show all the different templates. For example, choose which one I like. So you can see we have tons and tons of good old templates here. I can set the theme. I want my apples to be red, so here red. Hide the company name, hide the company address, change and edit the build to. For example, maybe I don't want build to, I want to be customer. Change ship to, or maybe I don't want to ship to it at all, I want to just hide it. I can set the currency. Invoice, I can change the date format, add a signature, term, conditions, notes. I can also add an image, text, signature, watermark, or any custom fields. I can also change the labels here. For example, maybe I don't want description. And I don't want this to be called quantity. I want this to be called number. So I can update. I want to hide discount because I don't want them to know I give discounts. And I save and I'll update. Then I can go here, save template, save as apples. And now it's saved. That way, yes, leave. If I go here and click email again, I should be able to select my wonderful, good old Apple template. You can see apples here. And then it should appear here. And then I can use this template for all my different invoices. All right. So let's go here to our wonderful invoices. Let's click the 3 dots. Just want to quickly mention fulfill. And inside here, we have direct fulfillment where you can just fill directly, just like the warehouse, the date is fulfilled, and you're done. Pick, pack, ship. This is where I can pick the goods, pack it, and then ship it off. And drop ship. This is where a customer places an order with me. I place a customer order with a vendor. Vendor ships it directly to the customer. So I have a choice. Now I just want to go to accounting just to show you what we have there. We have our chart of accounts, journal entry, balance sheet, credit note, debit note, expense, deposit. And this is where you can set up your financial year closing. And the key thing here is that you have monthly, quarterly, yearly, or custom. So based upon your requirements, you can set it up accordingly. Now I just want to quickly go to bank. And inside here, I can see my, oh my goodness, this is awful. My bank account in negative, in red. That's not a good sign. I can click here. I can connect my bank. Yes. Now inside here, I can search for my bank. So for example, OCBC. I can see it here under Singapore. ICIC. I can see under India, ICIC Bank. Maybank. I can see Bank Malaysia. But if I type in, for example, Wells Fargo, nothing will show up here. So if you have banks in other countries and you don't see it there, you can choose Plaid or Yodlee. Click Find Bank. Yes, get started. And then I can see my banks here. So for example, Plaid, US banks, or North American banks, US banks. And then you can go to Yodlee and see more European banks there. So just, you can look around and see what's available. Finally, we have our reports. So of course we have our profit and loss report. So I can see my profit and loss here. From date, to date, reset. I can select is it accrual or cash. So based upon your requirements, I'm able to export it. And I can do comparison mode and I can do filters. So for example, we're talking about custom fields, project. I can then select the value, Gardens by the Beach, and save it as well. Yeah. So let's go back to reports. Of course, we have our balance sheet, cash flow statement, general ledger, bank recon, statement of accounts. And this is our statutory requirements. So based upon different countries, you'll see different reports here. We can see our different purchase reports, such as our payment list, age payable, outstanding purchase of goods received report, our inventory report. So where is our stock? Stock available at warehouse. Aging report. Is our stock been there for a long time? Is it like stuck there? And our sales report. So this is where we can see our age receivable, quotations, invoice list, sales by products, receipt lists, and any credit notes. Any questions on books before we go to sales? All right. All right. Let me also, let's see. Oh, that reminds me. I also want to mention here under users, in case you didn't know, we can see all our different users here. Wow, and if I edit here, we have a new feature. Well, it's been around for a bit. I just want to check and see if you guys knew about this, guys or gals. This is where you can activate, for example, guest, buy or sell, but now we have a choice. I can say manage all, read all for sell, buy, product, contact, pick, pack, ship, inventory. So I can select exactly which module they have access to. So for example, do I want them to manage sell, buy, product? So for example, maybe he's in procurement. He doesn't need to see the sell records. I want him to manage buy, products, contacts. Maybe also inventory. And that's it. Maybe also people. I want him to be able to see his wonderful pay slip, apply for leave, expenses, stuff like that, and I can save it. So I can literally go and specify what roles they have and what roles they don't have. do specific modules in the system. All right, let's go to sell. So inside here, I can see my people, deals won, deals lost, any deal stages. So this is fairly new. Let me just go to one that's already pre-built. Pretty well. Much better. So once you have your organizations, peoples, deals lost, deals won, you can see the information here. I can see April, we were all sleeping, but June and July we came back and we're okay. I can see deal stages won and lost. I can select for which pipeline I want. I can see my tickets, my campaigns, all here. And the great thing about this is that CRM or sales talks to books. So very simply, books, I create a contact there, will flow into CRM or sales. If I create a contact in sales or CRM, it'll flow into books. And if I connect to Shopify, Amazon, or WooCommerce, and a contact is generated from there and it flows into books, books will automatically flow to sales. So you're all synced. You don't have to create one by one by one. All right, so key things I want to mention here is that we have custom fields. We have emails. So this is where you can set up your email connection and connect an email. So inside here, you put in sender, email address, username, and password, connect it on up. And then from there, after you connect it, you'll be able to send your mails from your deals, send emails directly from deals and contacts within the system. And if the contact replies, it'll automatically update the response inside here. Now let's go to integration settings. Inside here, you can see I'm connected to Microsoft 365, and I connect to contacts and activities here. Of course, you can connect to Google, you can integrate with Google Tag Manager. You just have to put in your GTM container ID and webhooks. This is where you can generate your webhooks. So I can generate URL key, and I can select the module. This is where you can set up your guide, hero banner, logo, favicon, set up your settings, activate it. This is where you connect your support email, your email address. So that way, once they reply to this email, meaning a customer or contact sends an email to this email address, it'll automatically populate a ticket in the system. Now let's go to contacts. Inside here, I can see all people, organization. I can add a filter. I can select my columns. And this is where I can hide and show different columns. For example, based upon your business, you may want different information. For example, if I own it's something I always remember from one of these restaurants while growing up, is that my mom, whenever we'd go there, they would have her information. So for example, she's a diabetic, so she can't have anything sweet. She has specific dietary requirements. And they knew it. They recorded in the system her dietary requirements whenever she did any invitation or booking anywhere in the world to this one. They already said, we already told the chef about your dietary requirements. Anniversary, oh, happy anniversary, happy birthday. They had all this information stored. So depending on your business, this may be required. So when you create custom fields, you can have that. And then I can just add it here, for example, and save it. And then I can see it updated here. I can also see all the new contacts that have come in. I can select them here, drill in, take a look, add any organization details, connect email, email log, scheduling activities, notes, or logs here. I can also go to marketing. I can see my segments, email, and forms here. So what's a form? A form means that I can create more or less some HTML code, very simply actually. And I can just set it up here, select which fields I want. So for example, let me just edit this one. For example, contact, email, address, date, time for booking, country, for example. And after I set up my form, I can add any custom fields here. I can define the properties, display thank you message. Thank you for inputting your information, or redirect to another page, back to the home page. Who should follow up? And then I can save and publish it. If I click publish, I get the code. So this is the code I'm talking about. You can copy this code, you can put it into your web page, and from there, they can start filling it in. So what's the benefit of this? If it's a contact, they fill in this information, it'll automatically create a contact inside your sales system. Now, if I have a deal form and they fill in the information from your webpage, it'll automatically create a deal inside your system here. That way, it's simply creating it. You don't have to receive an email or receive a form, update the form inside our system. If you use this, it'll automatically populate. All right, so let's go to campaigns. Let's create a new campaign. Let's just call this July campaign. July sales event. Select the category. Go next. I can select the segments here. Click next. I can see the number of members created on. I can select my template. So inside marketing, you can create your own templates, and it's going to be right there. And that way you can select it here as well, and you'll have the information. The key thing is when you create your template, you cannot edit the footer. You have to have your email address there. Not email, sorry. You have to have your address there, and you have to have the unsubscribe button, so that way they can unsubscribe based upon the Spam Act laws. All right. So after this loads, based on the information, I can take a look. Everything looks good. You can see here my address. You may unsubscribe at any time. If I click on this, you can see you can't remove or hide the unsubscribe link or any other footer elements required by consumer privacy and anti-spam laws. The physical address displayed in the footer is taken from the corporate details. I can edit it here though. I can choose everything. Choose the information. So I can scroll up, see everything. And if I want to edit it, I can edit it here. So for example, I want to add buttons, text, add another image, list items, anything I'd like. Let's save and close. Also here is some other wonderful features. Desktop, you can see this in tablet as well as mobile. So after that, everything looks good. I click next. Now I have a choice. I can use my own email address, so can up to 5 contacts. So add email, put in sender email address, username, password, server and port, allow non-secure certificates. So what does this mean? That means I'm using my own server to send. I'm not using Deskera's. So that way you can easily use your own, send out what you want. So you can set it up, and you can set it up for up to, of course, 5 accounts. I don't recommend going crazy though. You may get blacklisted if you try to send out, what did you think? Thousands upon thousands, of tens of thousands, of hundreds of thousands, or millions. You know, don't get blacklisted. Don't go crazy. You know? And we have Deskera email service here. If I'm using that, using Deskera's, you can select the email. And if it's not verified, we'll say, please verify here. I use a different reply to address. And I can schedule now or I can schedule for later. So for example, maybe I want to schedule this out at 6 p.m. And I can set it. I can send a test email. I can schedule, and I can save this draft. And then you can see it's scheduled. Now, if I have sent some out previously, I can click here, for example, my end April. I can see how many are opened, who saw it, Austin Circuits, he saw it, opened it twice, yes, clicked, bounced, unsubscribed, the necessary information here. Next, let's go to deals. Actually, maybe I'll just quickly go through marketing first. Not marketing, sorry, services first. So inside here's guide. So this is where you can create your guides for your help desk. You can create your different sections, your awards, your announcements, your frequently asked questions. Maybe your corporate social responsibility, like maybe you visited Home of the Elderly and you did some help there and you want to let everybody know this is a great cause or something like that. Depending on which company you are and what you do, you can have these different sections created based upon your requirements. You can also create your different types of articles. So for example, can I pack my products? So inside here, just an example, can I pack my products in multiple cartons? You can see a quick simple link here. So maybe for your FAQ, frequently asked questions, you can create all this information here, or create other articles based upon your requirements. Then I can signed in user, frequently asked questions, Deskera. So I can choose who can see it, who cannot, where to publish it, and the author, and I can click here and publish or unpublish. Support tickets. So inside here, I can see all my unsolved tickets, unassigned, new tickets, and I can see all the information here, such as lunch, call, another call. I'm facing some issues. So I can click on it, see the information. I can see the response. I'm facing cancels. We're here to help. Is everything okay? Keep adding in more text. I can also add any internal notes. I can also change my views. So for example, when you manage your tickets, you may want to break it up by different support people. You may want to break it up by basic different urgency and other requirements here. So if I add a ticket view, for example, Dave's tickets, I can click here and select, let's say, assignee, who's assigned to it. And another condition, status is open. So that way I can see how many are still open pending each individual support staff. All right, so now let's go to deals. Inside here, I can see all my different deals. And if I don't like this view, I can always click on this one, the list view here, and I can see the list view. That way I can take a quick look and say, okay, wait a minute. January 25th, it's July. Shouldn't this be done? You know, I can easily see what's going on and ask the owner what's happening. I can also click on the three dots. I can change order, change pipeline, change visibility, and I can export. So let's create a deal. Inside here, I can say, I can select the organization. Let's see, who would be a good one? Hey, Jack. Select the contact person. And I can see all the information, create a sub-owner. I can put in the value of the deal. Select the pipeline, closing date, deal date. Any custom field information like outlets, text, or any website. Again, these are custom fields. It's up to you on how you want to put them in. All right, so I'm just saving it, saving it. And I can change the pipeline stages here based upon my requirements. Put a sub-owner, closing date, deal date. It's based upon how you want to see it accordingly. Yep. All right. And you can also see the email address here. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Organization. So I can go back to my deals here. I can see my deal list. And literally, I can take any one I want and just drag it and drop it. So for example, I just took this Austin Circuits. Just dragging and dropping all the way. So I don't have to go and click inside and edit each one. So you can think of it, it can be quite painful if I have to actually edit individual deals and just to change the stage. It's quite painful. I can just drag and drop it right here. And then if I won or lost, I can either drill in and change it, or I can just drag and drop it here. Now, if I drill in, I can see my emails, any activities. I can create an activity here, any notes, any logs. And also I can click here, deal won, deal lost. Now let's go to settings, not settings, activities. Inside here, I can see my wonderful activities. The key thing here I want to mention is the generation of calendar URL. So I can copy this URL and then paste it into my calendar. And then all the activities from here will flow into there. And that way I have clear visibility on the activities going on from my Deskera sales. I can also go here and change the view. I can see all my activities here. any calls, meetings, and I can see over here all to do or done. All right, any questions on, all right, next let's go to people. Inside here, oh yeah, I have the mobile. Should we just skip people and you got, or?
No, use the people.
Oh, okay. All right, so instead of going here and showing people, I'm just going to use the mobile app. All right, just 1 second. Let me stop sharing. Share. Share screen. Windows. Yes. Mobile. All right. So inside here, I can see my mobile app. And you can see, I can see my quotations, my invoices, my expenses, purchases. Since we're going to the mobile app, let me just show you some of the cool features here. So I just want to quickly go to Invoice for a second. Click on the plus sign. And inside here, you can add items and chargeables. So you can see here, I have my phone, my wonderful barcodes here. Of course, you'd be actually taking it from a product, but I just printed out this page. And I just click, scan. It's been added. Very good. Let me scan this again. And again, you can use your own barcode scanner to scan it. I mean, not barcode. I mean, you use your actual barcodes to scan into the system. I'm just printed out to bring it here because I don't want to take all my shirts and bring them here and start scanning them. And who knows what will happen to them after that. I can select my contacts. Make sure everything looks good. And then I can add custom fields. For example, my outlets. I can see Los Angeles here. I can change it if I want to. Maybe I'll do this one in San Diego. Click the checkbox. And you can see it's created. After that, I can go in here. Click on this wonderful one. This is for monitors. I want to go for, let's see. Oh yeah, that's August, the one we created in the future. My t-shirts, I want to click on 3 dots. And I want to share. Share message. Hi, Karthik. Next. Please find your invoice. Send. And now you see, I sent it off to him through WhatsApp. It's that simple. I can also receive, direct, pick, pack, ship, or drop ship. Same thing like just as in the ERP itself. I can just do it right here. See everything, click. Select the correct date and confirm. And then I just click the checkbox to fill. I can also receive payment. Check deposited to Wells Fargo. Reference number. Click the checkbox. Receive the payment. So you can see it's very simple. I can see also overdue here. So I can go to my customers and start chasing. Hey, I see these invoices. Hey, Henry, I see you owe me $100. It's been outstanding for about a month. I can go here, and of course, I can see my bills. But why manually create a bill when I can go here? My bill, my wonderful, gigantic paper bill here. You can see here and see my wonderful thing. Now I'm going to go up here. Excuse me. Click on here. Maybe a little bit too zoomed out. Let me cancel and get a little bit closer. Stop shaking. Turn down the aircon, please. Okay. So you can see it's gone in here, and I can see it picked up my products perfectly. It picked up the information. Everything looks correct. It is correct. Click the checkbox. Select the contact. And everything's good. Click the wonderful checkbox. And it's created. No fuss, no muss. So no manual entry, no typing, no headache. Just put in there and it should create. All right. Now let me go here. Yes. Will do. Should have been that complex. All right. Sorry, I'm very impatient.
Wi-Fi.
I think my Wi-Fi is okay. Let me see.
Can you show that same invoice in the system?
Okay, 1 second. Let me go here. Actually, that's a good idea. Let me stop. Let me share my screen again. Windows this time from the system.
Whatever you scan and you are.
So let me go here to my system. Let me go back to my businesses. And let me go to books, of course. Sorry, let me change.
Same company.
Let me go to electronics. Yes, and let me go here. Let me go back to books.
What are we going to show?
So we're going to show you the actual bill that we just scanned in here, because the mobile app talks to the web version talks to the mobile app. All the information there will show based upon that. So that way, for example, if I go to my bills here on my screen, I can see my unpaid bills. Let's see. Bills. I wonder if this is caused because I connected my phone to my computer. All right.
Is it back to the switch back to the phone?
Okay. Sure, I can switch back. Okay, 1 second. Share screen. Windows. Here we go. So inside here, you can see Jack monitors that we just created here. And now let me stop sharing and let me share my other screen with you. And you can see here inside the web version, you can see Jack monitors. And you can see the exact 2 items we scanned with the exact amount. So it's in here as well. So let's go back to the mobile.
What will you show us now?
Next, I'm going to show you HR. So inside here, I'm just going back out. And I'm going to, well, let me just show you quickly CRM. I can see my deals won, my campaigns, my contacts. I can drill in and see all my contacts here. I can create an activity. So for example, if I'm a salesperson out on the road, I can click here and just click on activities. So you can see here, activities. So you can see here, I can add in the activities I want, select, call, notes, select assign to, David, deal, assign it to a deal, select the person, Stacy, how are you doing? Select the organization I want to. And I can send invitation to attendees or not, and I can mark it done. So you can see here, I filled in the same information. You can see it's all filled in. And I can just click the checkbox. Oh, activity name. Of course, the activity must have a name. Call. Done. Clicked here. Voila. All right, so let's go to payroll. So inside here, you can see that one employee, first pay date, payroll cost, total earnings, and my employee information, and all my wonderful pay slips. I can click on it, and I can go and send it on off to messages, WhatsApp, email, Discord. Why you're sharing your payroll on Discord, I have no idea. But you can decide where you want to send it off to. I can go do e-leave. So inside here, if I'm sick in bed at home and I need to apply for leave, I don't have to go crawl out of my bed and go type on my computer. Oh, of course, I'm admin, so I have access both to approval as well as apply. I can select my range. So for example, do I want to do it on 13? Reason. Need a break. Click the checkbox, do a pending. Since I'm admin, you can see here, I can go and approve it. So I go here, pending, click on it. Do I wish to approve or reject? Approve. You need a break. I understand. All right, after that, I can also click on settings here and inside here. So I can literally do my leave management, my leave adjustment. I can set up yearly holidays, user management, team management, all on the screen. I don't even have to go to my laptop. So if I'm HR and want to create a yearly holiday, I can just create it directly here on the screen. And then select the information, and then I'm done. Leave adjustment, do the leave adjustment here. So literally, I can do it on the mobile app. Finally, we have expense claims. So I can see all my expense claims here. So for example, my taxi ride coming on over here, I want to claim back from the company. I want them to please pay for it. Then they can decide to reject me later on. But this is where I can apply for it. Or I go to 7-Eleven, I buy a couple bottles of water for the team, maybe for an event. I can also go and claim that. And usually you would have to type in all the information. But inside here, my wonderful receipt, my wonderful camera. So you can see my receipt here. Put this on my laptop, my desk. Click on the camera, focus. Click on use photo. So now it's processing the claim. And there you can see it. Cold storage, 7-Eleven, $2.50. Compare. Right? All good. Click the checkbox. Yes. Correct. And then everything's done. I think I should have selected a category before. Nope. Okay. So it's done. So you see that? Cold storage here. Then my boss can go and see it. Description. See the wonderful attachment. Make sure I'm not trying to trick him into something. I can go here, back, and I can review now and start approving. All right. It's real. Approve. And then I approved and went on to the next one. And I'll continue going on, and I can approve and reject them all directly from my mobile phone. It's that simple. Of course, I can see my chart of accounts. See all the information here, my journal entries, my profit and loss. Make sure everything looks good. And I can go here, and I can share it with someone. Why you're sharing your profit and loss on Discord, I have no idea. But, you know, for example, I can WhatsApp it, email it, send it off to an auditor, send it off to my CFO and find out what's going on here. Or maybe just to celebrate. We're so happy. The profit and loss is so good. Let's celebrate. I can see my financial year, credit note, debit note, taxes. So based upon your statutory requirements, this changes. For example, this is US, so I can see my taxes for Texas, which is quite scary. No, 10,000 collected. I can see it all here. My bank information, my stock management, my ship tracking, my fixed assets, user, and of course any settings, custom fields, currency, unit of measurement, and payment terms. So you can see I can do a lot of great stuff, cool stuff off this mobile app, which I find amazing. And if you don't happen to speak English or don't like English, you can change the language here based upon your requirements. So for example, Malay. Now it's going and setting up Malay. Base, approval. You can see all the labels changed. Now, let me change it back to English. And now it's back to English. Pretty cool, right? All right, do we have any questions on the mobile? Anything else? Everything good? All right then. Well, thank you again for attending Tuesday training. Hopefully you have learned a lot of interesting things. And please attend our Thursday webinar on KPIs. I believe it's a KPI masterclass, if I remember correctly. Business KPI masterclass. So please attend. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Goodbye.